So, Power, I've seen that you're running a blog about momentum.
Yeah.
Is it only connected to the momentum?
Yes, it is.
Or are you keep working on it even when momentum is done?
We are working. No, we are doing. It's connected completely with the momentum. It's one of the ideas that we had, that we wanted to somehow communicate the process while we're doing it. But it also has to do with we wanted to sort of continue the dialogue that we started, me and Erlend.
You want to talk a bit about this working method you have?
Well, it's something that it's not a clear method from the start. Of course, it never is. But it was in 2007 we met each other for the first time when we were on a flight towards Korea. We were going to be together for a month's time in a workshop. So we basically we were 4 or 5 individuals working together day and night, partying and having fun at the evenings and the night times, and in the daytime we were working to meet a lot of other artists and try to bring together an exhibition in Korea. And this is what happened, and we had a great time. And we also had a blog for that exhibition. So it's kind of, that was one of the, that's the reason we met. We were there to sort of document the process towards the exhibition that happened, the workshop and exhibition in Korea. So in a way, our contact, he's at the point I was living in Sweden and he was living in Norway. So we started to get requests from other medias that sort of saw our dialectical working way method and asked us to write something. So we started to write. And actually someone came up with a name for us called Power Hammer, because his last name is Hammer and my first name is Power, so it was a fun thing to do. And also I wrote in Swedish, he wrote in Norwegian, and we also have completely different perspectives on how we look upon art. So I think it was sort of a fun read, because we sort of disagreed on everything. But for me it was super fun, because Erlend is such he's one of the best writers that I know of, and for me to disagree with someone who is super sharp, I have to be as sharp myself, or try to at least. So the argumentation had to be cool and great, and he had to respond, and then we continued like that. It was a fun way of actually writing a text, and I think it was a fun read. So at one point we tried to continue this dialogue in an exhibition format in Berlin, where I sort of chose an artist and he chose another artist that was sort of battling. We were kind of battling each other on every level, but unfortunately the exhibition never came to surface. So we did some texts more together, and then we got this opportunity to do momentum together, which is a sublime way. So we sort of thought that, okay, this is how we do, we have developed this sort of dialectical way of thinking and working, and why not try to make that in an exhibition format as well. I'm not sure if we're going to succeed, but it is a fun thought to actually try to do something like that.
Okay, so you said that you have completely different perspectives about art. Could you be more specific about it?
Well,
at least you can talk about your perspective.
Okay, I'm much more of a hopeless romantic when it comes to art than he is. So I kind of I think that it's pretty obvious when you go to see the exhibition is starting to take its format in the Kunsthall right now as we speak. So it's very easy to see how he is working in the exhibition. He chooses artworks that he really likes and aesthetically puts up into a sort of foundation, whereas I invite artists to make a site-specific work or produce art together with the artist and try to find ways to collaborate in both content and, of course, I like to see a visually nice exhibition, but it's much more about the content than perhaps the aesthetics.
Okay, so that's very interesting what you said, that you are hopeless romantic. What does it mean?
I guess I see art as one of the most important metastructures we have in society. It's a way of expression in our culture that is mirroring the society as it is, and we can't really help it. It is mirroring no matter what. If we have a horrible society, the art will be as horrible, sort of. What kind of, if we value art for its way of decorating a home, then we have the decorative art, sort of. I'm very much interested in art that has some sort of inner quality, I don't know, that can actually make people think, if you know what I mean. I don't necessarily want, when I look at art exhibitions, I really get triggered from different things, of course, but eye candy is beautiful to look at. But if there's not something else within that or behind it, in a sort of multi-layered, I'm not so interested, and I walk out and I forget all about it. I really want art to sort of make me engaged or think, make me think, you know, or make me, I don't want to go and be relaxed after an art exhibition. I want to be annoyed or something that kind of make me more engaged and want to engage in society as a human being, not necessarily wanting to have it behind my sofa.
So if you could like to tell me more about the part of the exhibition that you are curating.
Well, we have two parts. Erlend is curating the part which is called Dare to Love Yourself. And my part of the exhibition is called 6 Impossible Things Before Breakfast, and is inspired by a quote by Alice in Wonderland, in Alice in Wonderland, of course, by Lewis Carroll, where the Queen challenges Alice to think about impossible things. Alice says something like, I cannot think about impossible things that cannot happen, and the Queen says, well, I used to do that all the time. I used to think about as much as 6 impossible things before breakfast every day. You should do it too, anyway. So it's kind of symptomatic of what I'm trying to do. I want to just show art that I relate to and make you think about 6 impossible things before breakfast.
Can you name some of those 6 impossible things before breakfast?
Well, I exhibit 13 artists, I think, and one of them, which is the easiest one to sort of make you understand what I'm talking about, is Johan Zetterquist, a Swedish artist. He's making all these proposals for public art, and he has done this for the past decade. And not necessarily public art that you can make, but that makes you think. One of the things in the past that he made was he proposed to make a hole through the moon. So, I mean, this public artwork would be able to see all wherever you were in the world, so it would be the most public artwork in a way. But in another way, if you were able to do this, you would also cause a flood in the world, so you would eradicate all life on Earth in a way. So he makes all these proposals, and he has made several different proposals for momentum that in the same spirit. But there are many other artworks. Some of them are in production still. So
good luck.
Yes, thank you.